everyone. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Loving Unloved Games. Today we'll be doing Mario is Missing, and I have katelibc with me. Hello.
Hey! How's it going?
Hello. So I'm really excited to check this out. I know you like this game.
I do like this game. It was kind of funny how I ended up getting into playing it, because I kind of looked at it as a joke, and then as I started playing it, I was like, oh, there's actually more to it than it appears.
Yeah. So I think the premise of this game is that it's like an educational game where you have to go around doing stuff, go around getting artifacts.
Yeah, there was this push in the mid 90s with Nintendo releasing a whole bunch of edutainment games. Mario's Missing. There was also Mario's Type Machine. Mario Teaches Typing. And it wasn't just on Nintendo consoles. There were games on the NES and Super Nintendo, but of course, Mario's Missing was on 3 platforms, including the PC and I believe Macintosh as well.
Yeah, this was on a lot of different platforms, and there was also another one similar to this, Mario's Time Machine.
Yeah, and that one I'm not super familiar with, despite the fact that I actually now have a copy for Mac OS, so I'm going to be playing that at some point.
Fun fact, I accidentally spoiled what's going to be coming up later. I was accidentally playing the randomizer. I noticed I didn't get an artifact from that very first thing, so...
Oh, that's alright.
But yeah, this is the vanilla one. But later on in this episode, we'll be showing off katelibc's randomizer. I'm excited to check that out.
So, do you want me to talk a little bit about the premise of this game?
Yeah.
So this game is really strange. So first of all, it looks like your typical Mario platformer. But it doesn't play the same way. But the story behind this game is that, and I kid you not, Bowser has invaded the real world. So that's why we're going into all of these cities here, as you can see, and he is sending his Koopas to steal landmarks. And what he wants to do with those landmarks is he wants to sell them, and then he plans to get a vast quantity of mail order hair dryers and melt the Arctic ice cap for some reason. All the while Mario is kidnapped or something. So Luigi has to go and visit various cities, and you got to figure out where you are, and go about finding those items.
Yeah, so you see right there we got dimes, or we got coins, and now we can return them.
Yeah. One thing that's really crucial though is you actually have to there's a lot more than just picking up the items, because you actually have to know where you are in the world. And I'm glad that you did one thing right off the bat, which is show the top map, because everything kind of looks the same in this game.
Oh yeah. I kind of need the map to play this, honestly.
Oh, I do too. I otherwise just don't know where I am.
Yeah, it's definitely a pretty confusing game, honestly.
Would you mind if I tell you one thing that'll make this a lot easier, at least if you want to get around it quickly, or would you like to just figure this out on your own there?
Why don't you tell me?
Alright, so one thing you need to do whenever you play this game is you actually have to know where you are, right? Now, you already have some hints. Do you know where you are specifically in the world?
Well, I know this one because I played up to finishing this level, so I'm thinking I'm in Rome, Italy.
Yeah, that's right. So what you want to do is actually, every time you go into a city, you actually want to pull up the Mario's toolbox, which is basically the start menu. And
oh yeah.
You've got a couple of features here. I never used the computer, but the globulator is what you really want to be using, because in order to leave the level, you need to have Yoshi with you.
Oh, so I thought you needed to like get all 3 artifacts to get Yoshi, but can you just do that anytime?
You can do it anytime. Like, it's the first thing I do when I speedrun this game is I immediately go and grab Yoshi and then send him to whichever city I'm in.
Oh yeah.
It's the really funny thing about the map you're in is that it's like, it's a pretty Mario World-esque map, but like for whatever reason, like the only place it ever zooms in on is Europe.
Huh. It's definitely odd.
One cool thing that's going to happen is my home city will show up in here, but it's a let me just roll this back here, but only like 15 cities actually exist in this version of the game. In the NES release, I think it's like 12, and then in the PC version, there's like 20 or 25.
Yeah. So yeah, you just gotta. So I just need to find like where it is.
Yeah, exactly. So since we're in Rome, we can just aim all the way up and then just go right into Europe.
So it may take a bit because like my knowledge of like geography is like
No, that's totally fair. There's my city. PC has the horsepower to exactly. It has the PC can handle 20 cities.
Yeah, I think it's about here. Yeah, Rome, Italy.
There we go.
And so now, yeah, we're on Yoshi.
Yeah, and the nice thing about having Yoshi is you immediately go fast.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, like you get a big speed boost from just using Yoshi.
Yeah.
So, when you cross the street, I may have to interrupt you to point something out. But if you notice, like, you have to be in a specific spot to go down, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, it'll just get honked at or whatever if you're like trying to cross and you're like not in the right spot. But there's also one other thing about crossing or going down streets that's kind of amusing, and hopefully we can catch that momentarily.
Oh, yeah, real quick, what's the answer to this?
Who would use the spear would be gladiators.
I thought that was it because it's the gladiator, but I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't a trick question.
Yeah, and actually getting it wrong can be really problematic because Princess Peach will be like, no, come back, despite the fact that she is aware that Mario is missing. So she is probably angry about something in him.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I think I have one artifact left.
You got the
yeah, I think it's...
No, unfortunately not.
Unfortunately not. Yeah. But yeah, I think I need to find just the Sistine Chapel. Fix that in the randomizer.
There's improvements coming along. There's improvements in the works. So, I'm waiting for this. It may not happen on this level, but I'll eventually point out something. So, one of the things is like when we're talking about the NPCs and so forth, is that they're there to give you hints as well. And then, of course, when you go and talk to Princess Peach, she's also going to provide you with a newspaper detailing something about whatever artifact that's missing.
Yeah. I'm trying to get it to be quiet because the game audio sounds a little bit loud on my end, so I'm trying to like adjust that.
Oh, no worries.
So just so I can hear you a little bit better.
So, I guess I can probably talk a little bit about the development of this game, because I actually have looked into it a little bit. It's a little bit questionable what who has the rights to this. I don't think Nintendo will ever re-release these games like for like Switch Online or whatever. but it was developed by Software Toolbox, which was what was it? There was like they had another name. It was like Mindscape, I think it was. And this game was actually developed in Vancouver, so where I live, and it was just like they developed it for PC, they developed it for NES, and they developed it for Super Nintendo, and they had full rights over like assets and sprites and that sort of thing, and that's how we ended up with this game. But like, there is no, from what I've seen already, because like I've been reversing this game, any like code sharing between Super Mario World and Mario's missing.
Ooh.
Yeah. When you answer the next question, I'll get you to do something, and it's kind of cool to see.
Yeah, I still need to find the Sistine Chapel. Let's see. I guess I should probably try to look for Koopas.
Yeah. The
I
layout
don't
of the
know,
level.
is it like
Oh, sorry.
Is it like random which Koopas like have the thing, or is it always the same?
Yes and no. So the way that the game works is the order of the Koopas is dictated based on where, which city in which order you do it in.
Yeah.
So because you started on Rome, I admittedly actually have no idea where anything is now. There's sometimes like a little bit of a pattern it'll follow, but yeah. So, but I'll get into in a little bit here. But once you answer the question with Peach, I'll get you to do something here. And this one's a little bit. It's always flaky trying to talk to her.
Yeah. Sistine, that's 6, and Sistine Chapel. I don't think I remember this question.
The Sistine Chapel is located in the Vatican, I believe.
In the Vatican?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
what you want to do is, after you do this, there's one thing that's required if you ever do a 100% run. This is the only difference between any percent and 100%. Just go into the door, so like you can walk in and you get to see like a little art piece.
Oh wow, that's neat.
Yeah. It's kind of cool that they actually did this. Like, it's probably the most detailed art in all of the Super Nintendo library.
Yeah. So I think now we need to like go to into that blue pipe.
Yeah. So
I remember, like, I know you mentioned that there's like there's a lot of different possible combinations of like routes for this game.
yeah, that was actually kind of what got me interested in the games, because when I discovered how the RNG worked, I started to wonder like what is the most efficient way to beat this game. And so I actually spent time drawing out maps of like where the pipes go, for example, and they actually remain static regardless of what city order you do it in. But how I discovered how the item randomization worked was that I noticed that the game facts guide for this game did not match anything based on what I was doing in the game, and that's how I clued in and realized that the RNG was actually kind of interesting.
Oh, huh. That's definitely pretty interesting how it works. So, I'm not sure where this is. You can feel free to tell me if you want.
It's Beijing.
Beijing.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one is a little bit. When I speedrun this, the order that I have it set in, it's actually one of the easier ones for me to get items in. The only thing I dislike about this particular level is that it kind of repeats itself. So you end up kind of getting lost real quick, and it's not unusual, but this particular city, because it has so many streets, it's very easy to get lost. So like having the map on the top is like really the way to go, and then just remember like little indicators of where you are, just to sort things out.
Yeah, this game definitely seems like it'd be rough without like the map.
Usually when I play, I have the map in front of me on another screen, and then just constantly referencing it. The catch
Hmm.
when you speedrun this is to know where the Koopas start, and then work based on that. It's still a thing that I'm trying to finesse because um, it. I know where they which streets they're on, but I actually can't always tell where they're specifically located.
Yeah. Okay, so that's.
And
Hmm.
Pry Bars, just to answer your question, they had the Mario rights to begin with. This was some initiative by Nintendo of America, as my understanding. This game only got a North American and European release.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like I don't have anything they want.
So once you like get really proficient at this game, the pipes actually start to become really your friend if you are aware of where the items are. Um, Usually, what I do with the pipes is, especially in this particular level, is I use them to get um, to the blue pipe at the very end really quickly, and like once you know like where like once you know like you've done all the items, usually you would start speed running in a way that you would allow you to get to the blue pipe the quickest or something like that, if that makes sense. I'm probably being a little bit unclear about this, but um like using the pipes to your advantage is really important.
Yeah, I can definitely see that for like speedrunning this.
Hmm.
I can see it. Like this definitely seems like it'd be a pretty neat speedrun. It seems like you go pretty fast when you like know how to like do everything.
Hmm. But for like a chill Mario game, like this is definitely up there. Like I like to joke that this is a Kaizo, but really it isn't. But you can't die in this game. In fact, it is really difficult to loot. I don't think there is a game over for this game.
Yeah, like at first it was hard for me to figure out what to do when I played this first, but when I figured it out, I can definitely see this being pretty neat. So turn the game the. Okay, I guess there's more like things here. Like the last one only had like 3 of them, but this has like more, I think.
Yeah, I was actually that's a somebody brought up that the font when you talk to Peach in particular is pretty awful if you don't have the greatest connection on your TV. And I definitely didn't play this when it came out. Like, I didn't have a Super Nintendo until I was in university, and like at that point, the Super Nintendo had been out for like 10 years, and
Hmm.
I could not imagine playing this on like an RF connector and then trying to read those really tiny fonts.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, I think I may need to like actually select what I want to return.
Yeah,
Because
that's one little catch about this game is that it doesn't automatically select the item, and it's not very obvious, and like unless you're already familiar um with it.
okay. Oh yeah. Okay, I don't. I probably won't know
It's
like
it's
the
fasted
answers.
engraved in this case,
Okay,
and I
and
believe it's 123 feet. Yeah.
okay, cool. Thanks for the help. I like this is definitely something like yeah.
No,
It's pretty tricky to me.
there's actually a pattern to the questions, like how to answer them.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm failing to remember it off the top of my head, but they actually are presented in a specific order. But if you get them wrong, then at that point the order is skewed off.
Oh, yeah. And I think I have all of them. Yeah, I thought there were more than like 3 of these information booths because like it wasn't automatically selecting the right one when I thought it did, so that kind of confused me.
Yeah, it's really it's really unfortunate that they didn't do it, but at the same time, I guess they're trying to encourage you to like figure out what item you're supposed to return or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, so... Okay, that's not what what I need to return. Okay, this is... Okay, who couldn't remember the Forbidden City through the Heavenly Gate?
That one will be, who couldn't enter, everyone but the Emperor.
Yeah.
And then there'll be Young Lee.
Young Lee, okay. Maybe pull up a guide so you can, like, if you're, like, stop talking about something, you can, like, continue talking about it.
Oh, no worries. I'm actually, it's fun because, like, I don't have the questions in front of me, so, like, I'm trying to remember everything from memory, too. So...
Okay, yeah.
Because there's always, from my understanding, there's, I think for the most part, all of them will have 3 questions, but some of them will have just 2. So, I'm trying to remember which ones only have 2. I think it's not until later in the game you'll run into this, but yeah. The Great Wall is 3,946 miles. And then it was built in 5th century BC.
5th century?
5th, yeah, 5th.
Okay. Yay!
And for the record, you cannot see it from space.
Wait, you can't what?
You can't see the Great Wall of China from space. Unless you have like a high resolution camera, you're not going to be able to see it yourself. Like from your own naked eye.
Oh, yeah. So now I just need to go to the blue pipe. I can definitely see how the pipes really help with traveling, yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's all the way there.
I like to joke that it's just the city's, like, metro or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad that the thing I was hoping would happen hasn't happened yet, because, I guess in my case, because I usually know which Koopas I'm looking for, I don't run into this problem too often. So, I'm going to mention something about the password that shows up here. If you made a note of that password, and then reset your console and then play it again, you actually would reset the RNG, and as a result, it'd be no different than if you started that level as the first one in terms of where the sprite order is. So, like, if you were to go into San Francisco, for example, like, which is the last door on the left there, after resetting it, finishing the level you just entered, I actually would know where all the items are.
Oh, huh.
Yeah, it's an interesting little thing where the RNG is not saved in the password, it's just what you've done. So there's a power on RNG that's happening when you start up the game, and then that actually seeds the rest of the game here. Since Zero, you may want to know where you're in Nairobi, Kenya.
Okay. Oh, Nairobi, Kenya, yeah, cool. Yeah, it definitely helps, like, having Yoshi, so yeah.
So this map is one of the more basic maps here, but one of the things that makes it a little bit tedious is that the upper portion of the city is kind of split, so you can't just go go like straight to the left on the map if you're on the right or something like that.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately, I've been tied up with schoolwork, and I've been unable to actually spend some time on it. I actually do know a little bit more about the password data, but just one of those things I haven't gotten around to yet. Yeah, the remixes are kind of wild. Like all the music in this game, like they're all like riffs off of like Mario World music.
Oh yeah, that's definitely pretty neat. Yeah, so if I went up here, I wouldn't be able to get that Koopa, so I need to go this way. And yeah, I feel like, I don't know, how you can only travel on like this, it feels like it should be intuitive, but I feel like it's unintuitive at first.
Yeah, it's like I guess kind of one of the things about this game like is that they really focus on the education aspect of this first, then looked at the gameplay, which, to be fair, I guess that makes sense because they're trying to make an educational console game, right? But like, yeah, there's definitely some shortcomings. Like, again, it doesn't play like Mario World, so like if you go from playing Mario World and then you play this, it's going to be a little bit off kilter for you, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop the on the promo art for the game from back then because it's kind of funny because they really didn't really push the edutainment part of it, which was kind of interesting, but.
Ooh, wow. I guess I'll take a look at that.
I mean, maybe I might need to click paste a better image here. This one actually work better, but it's a really interesting like how they advertise this game. It's
Mario's Greatest Adventure yet. Oh wow, yeah. It doesn't look like they've really like emphasized that. Yeah.
I kind of wonder if those sunglasses exist because I feel like you can't see out of them.
All right, it's also, I think it's question time now.
Yeah, so in this case here, it's a preserve.
Oh, preserve.
Yeah, and then roam free.
Yay. Yeah, I don't feel like I honestly ever would have like known these. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I guess like as a kid maybe it would have like helped me with like remembering stuff. I don't know. I don't know where I was trying to go with that statement.
No worries. Do I agree if it's Mario's Greatest Adventure? Well, here's the thing that makes no sense. Mario's Greatest Adventure yet, and however, you're playing as Luigi. It's like Mario's stuck in jail.
Yeah, I know.
Like, there's so many questions about that ad.
Oh, I need to select it. Okay, yeah.
So in this case here, anthropologists, their birthplace, very old human fossils.
Okay.
And then 3 million years, I think. I think it's 3.
Yeah.
There we go. So one of the things that will probably make sense about this game is that some of the people who worked on Mario's Missing also worked on some of the Carmen Sandiego games.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think Software Toolbox did Carmen Sandiego. I want to say it's Broderbund or whatever you call them. But they. But I believe a lot of the work, like a lot of the some of the people involved had previously worked on like some of the Carmen Sandiego games.
Oh.
But I don't think Carmen Sandiego ever got a game that was on the Super Nintendo. I think that was just a PC Mac sort of thing.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Okay, so let's see.
It's made out of small, hold on a sec, small birds, I believe. Oh, no, okay, so, like, yeah, now we got a question wrong. So we've actually changed how the questions are going to be ordered. That's my fault, I'm sorry. I think...
Oh, no worries.
I think the answer was actually cattle, not small birds.
So how do I? So I just need to talk to her.
Yeah, she's gonna tell you to. Oh, that's actually really quick of her. So yeah, cattle and it's okra paste.
Cattle.
And then
okra paste.
Yeah. Yeah, the paste.
Okay,
Yeah.
yay.
But yeah,
Does it typically like take longer to get that to work?
Oh yeah, and you have to be so pixel perfect when you go down the pipes.
Yeah. I do know when we're going to be facing the boss after we beat all these doors. Like, there's, like, one of the Koopa kids, like, leering at us.
But what's his name? I'm drawing a blank.
Lemmy, I want to say?
You know what I can do? I can just load up my live split and then it'll tell me. Because I know it's in there. I don't think, Primars, I don't think they were packing. I think it was just something for the ad, unfortunately. There we go, and then let's open up the splits for this game here.
Oh, that's cool. Oh man, there was a SNES version. Cool.
Oh no, it is Wolfgang.
Huh?
Wolfgang is the first one.
Wolfgang?
Yeah, Wolfgang, yeah.
I don't have like the thing yet. Like the one I need for that.
Oh no, the first boss is Wolfgang. Like one of the first Koopa kids.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, what area is this?
You're in Moscow.
Moscow, okay. I'm just gonna go around the map seeing where that is. Yeah, this is. I can definitely see, like, it feels like this takes a while to like really understand what's to do, but I can see this being fun when you like know everything about it. So, yeah. And I know you mentioned one thing you're sad hasn't happened yet. Do you remember what that was?
Sorry, say that again.
One thing that you mentioned that you're sad we haven't seen more of.
Oh, it's gonna have to happen when you're in a level, but maybe what I might ask you to do is, if you see a sprite and you're gonna go down a street, give it a little bit of time before it like crosses your path, because I want to show something that's kind of funny about this, especially if it's a Koopa.
Oh, so do I need to go down it when the wrong way or the correct way?
The correct way in this case.
So when it crosses my path, then I guess.
Yeah, like what I'll do is I'm trying to see if there's an opportunity where I can show you something really silly.
Oh, yeah.
This is a very accurate portrayal of our planets.
Yeah.
You can make your own shades if you want to. Just get yourself a nice little silk screening press. You're pretty close to Moscow.
Yeah. Moscow. Yeah. Cool. So I have probably for this one I just needed to toggle the one I'm holding. I keep forgetting that I need to do that.
So one thing that's really funny about this game is that the button presses, on this case here, I'll give you the answers here. It will be the second one. And then it's the biggest.
Alright, thanks.
No worries. What was I going to say? Oh gosh, I completely blanked on what I was going to tell you. I will remember later, I promise you. Oh, it was about button presses in this game. So one of the things that this game is not particularly great at is that it doesn't handle multiple button presses very well. So like, if you're holding the B button, or if you're just going in a direction, you can't actually pull up the map.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try to do. Oh, too late. That Koopa escaped.
Yeah.
I'll try to do that thing you meant. Oh, I stomped on it. I guess I'll wait on this one.
I'm gonna talk about how responsible of a Yoshi is here. So this thing goes for Luigi. So go up. There you go. Oh, okay. It didn't have enough time there. Usually works better when you go down, but let's see here if those sprites go back. If you try and go up now. Okay.
Oh, I did it a little
No, actually,
too.
it's quick enough for me to point this out. So the thing that's kind of funny is that despite the fact that you can stomp on that Yoshi, Yoshi and Luigi will both wait to go up and down the street so they don't pummel Yoshi or any other sprite for that matter, but particularly Koopa, but any sprite in particular, despite the fact that you can stomp on that Koopa. So like, if you're about to go up, and it'll wait until the sprite passes, and then it'll go up.
I think I may have noticed a slight delay with that one.
It's usually more pronounced when you are going down than up, but it definitely happens both ways.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do it with like this, I guess. Yeah, I kind of see that. Yeah. Okay, so I don't remember. I think I got. Okay, yeah, I can do this. Holy Fool means.
It means saint, and it was. I think Ivan the Terrible.
Okay, cool. So, I think we're getting pretty close to finishing this. I just need to look at where the Koopas. There's a lot of Koopas all the way up there. So I just need to find the next one and should be able to finish this level. Okay. It's like if you get one that has an artifact, it like maintains momentum. That's kind of a little odd.
So, okay, in this case here, it is...
Oh, wait a second. Okay, there.
It is a theater. And, does this say sells out every show on the top there? Yeah, it does.
Yay!
Oh,
wow, look at this.
Trying to find... I'm actually trying to make note of something interesting here. Because there's actually mistakes in this game with the questions, despite the fact it's edutainment. So when we spoke about Holy Fool is said to mean saint in Russian, it doesn't. It's a reference to like, I'm just trying to remember how it's supposed to work, but like, it doesn't mean saint. It's sort of supposed to mean like you kind of sacrificed everything at the expense of everything around you. And that's what it's supposed to mean, but like it's kind of a mistranslation, and they just kind of threw that into there, and that's what they left it with.
Oh, that's definitely something, yeah. Definitely an interesting fact with this, yeah. So we're in like the last one now, so pretty close to getting to fight the first boss. How many like areas are there? I think there's 3 areas, I want to say.
Sorry, 3 areas, or 3, oh, I mean like per, like, okay, so like there's 3 castles. And then that's pretty much it. There's just 3 castles with 5 cities in each in the Super Nintendo.
Okay, yeah, so after this will be like about a third done after finishing the first boss.
Exactly. So we're actually in San Francisco in this case.
Oh, San Francisco. Yeah, I need to get Yoshi. it's so odd, like having to redo the map every time you enter a level. But yeah, I sometimes kind of forget to do that, and I'm confused on what to do.
I'm trying to remember like all. There's there's actually mistakes in San Francisco as well, which is kind of funny. You want to go to the left in this case here.
Oh yeah, I think I just like went to it but then passed over it. But yeah. It looks like as defining the same, Koopa's always in front of Luigi and other NPCs behind. Gotcha. The Golden West. Other California city. Yeah, this is what you're supposed to like talk to them, I'd imagine, to figure out where you are.
Yeah, exactly. Despite the fact that like there's other places in California other than Los Angeles and San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Like if you look at the art here, it's quite obvious it's San Francisco. Like once you realize you're in California, right?
Yeah.
So did you get one of the items already? Sorry, I don't know if I caught that or not.
I don't think so. No. I'm still just trying to like stomping Koopas. There's a lot of there. So.
There we go. Yay.
Yay.
So, one thing you can do is if you ever want to stop yourself from flying off from the item, you can actually, if you release B before you land on it, all the momentum you have goes away and you won't fly off as easily.
Oh. Okay, I have two of the artifacts, so let me see if I can find like. Okay, it's up there. It's most time I've seen the same team, huh?
It's the same development studio. I know that the code base is shared, but unfortunately, I'm not 100% certain if they are like. Unfortunately, I'm not certain, like, much more than that, to say the least.
Let's see, I'm trying to find, like, I can't go, like, to the information booth, but I'm trying to find the last artifact first, then I'll, like, go around there. All the information booths. I remember the boss fights like from my childhood. I remember that there are boss fights.
Yeah, and the boss fights are kind of they definitely have like a little bit of a quirk to them in that you sort of have to do a little bit of timing, and it's probably one of the more difficult aspects of this game. But like you just can't, you really can't lose. I did actually went and looked this up because I was curious about Mario's Time Machine for the Super Nintendo in contrast to Mario's Missing, and they were developed by the same studio and they were released a year apart. And from what I can see, the writing and research for the game was done by. Let me just double check here. Okay, sorry. The art is actually done by the same person on both games. So like, that's something that's shared between the two, but I don't know much else than that.
Oh yeah. Oh. Golden Gate Foghorn. Okay, that's not what I want. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that's on top of Telegraph Hill and the Fire Brigade.
The fire brigade.
Yeah.
It looks like the blue pipe's just gonna be right near the last information booth, so that's convenient. So I just need to go to this one, then go all the way up to the other one. So, oh,
So
yeah, this.
So the interesting thing is there's a mistake on this one too, on this question. So it's located on Columbus Avenue.
Columbus. Okay.
Yeah, and then it was built in 19. Hold on a sec here. I'll pull up my actual answer for you. 1972.
1972.
Yeah. So the first question is actually incorrect. It isn't on Columbus Avenue. It's on some other street. I've been to San Francisco enough times that I've seen the building in person, and I wouldn't be able to refute it. But somebody had informed me like it was like on an intersecting street or something like that. But I only know so much about like where things are in San Francisco. I know this building is big and quite obvious.
Yeah. Okay, so Golden Gate Bridge. I would guess it would be gold, but
I think it's orange, not gold. And it goes into Marin County.
Marin County, okay. Yeah, I guess gold is just kind of like a trick answer there. And that's that 7 levels thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do the boss. So one big hint is never jump directly on it, or it's kind of weird to explain.
Never jump directly. So yeah, it seems like the hitbox is kind of a little finicky. Yeah, it feels like it's pretty precise to jump on it. There we go.
And then we just go to the far right door, and then that's it.
Yay! So that's the end of the first world. Maybe I'll do a couple of level, like do this, maybe the second world or something, and then maybe show off the randomizer.
That sounds like a great idea.
The rest of this world.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. Software Toolworks was based out of the San Francisco suburbs.
That makes sense. When we get to the randomizer, I'm gonna get you not to use it immediately, but I'm gonna get you to do one thing, and I'll tell you how to grab all the items in a specific spot. Like I'll get you to reset and then do something.
Oh, okay, yeah. Make it okay, I don't have any artifacts yet.
So Greece is like the one city that always, Athens is the one city that always throws me off because I have a hard time remembering some of the questions that it ends up asking. And I should just get around to like remembering like how the question indexing works, but this is probably like the one level that tends to trip me up when I attempt to speedrun this game.
Oh, this is Athens. Yeah, I need to get Yoshi. This on the building that's report from toothpaste misspelled.
Yeah, actually, there was actually some like Cyrillic in Moscow that was like completely misspelled too. But with Athens, there was there's another thing that's incorrect here. I'm drawing a blank. It's just like all of the mistakes that exist in this game are just they're kind of nitpicky mistakes, but they exist nonetheless. But one of the items that you end up getting doesn't I think doesn't exist at all. Like it's just like not something that physically exists.
Oh. Okay, so that's that statue.
It's weird. I haven't seen the Koopas do that before. Usually they just kind of disintegrate, but in this case here, I noticed that the Koopa just kind of like evaporated. I'm not certain if that's what I saw, but like that's totally what I just like watched happen on your screen here.
Oh, huh.
It's like, why did it evaporate? The final boss in this game is like kind of not like I don't know if I want to spoil it, but like it's not particularly like you do meet Bowser at the end, but Bowser just kind of makes a mistake, and then that's the end of the game. But I feel like it's spoiling it, unfortunately.
All right, this time.
All right, so this with Athens, it will be the Arc de Triomphe, and it's made of marble.
Nice. Alright, time for... Oh, no, I need to switch to the other one. I hope you're enjoying, like, answering these questions as I'm playing.
It's fun because, like, now I actually went and pulled up my my reference because I was like, I've lost track. So this is the Parthenon. So let's find out what we get here. This one will be the architect's Acropolis.
Acropolis, okay.
And then it's an example of Doric. Sometimes
some of the wrong answer choices in this are beautiful.
Oh, I know. Betamax Hipster is making a reference to gyros. Gyros are like the one thing that makes me kind of lament being vegetarian. So in this case here, let's find out what we get, because it should only be... so this one will be columns, and then pollution.
Pollution.
Yeah, like limestone is like extremely porous, and it'll just like absorb like all the particulate matter in the air. And if you ever go to Europe, you'll notice like all the buildings are dirty, and it has no reason. The only reason why is because the type of stone they use is like really susceptible to just absorbing like exhaust and other things like that. But yeah, like some of the questions are just a little bit like just slightly incorrect enough that like you just have to like take this game with a grain of salt and not use it as reference for anything. But it is what it is. So you're in Buenos Aires, in Argentina.
Aires.
Yeah, so if you go to South America, you'll get to Buenos Aires. So if you cross the ocean, like where you were just now, you'll get to South America.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
One thing that's really unfortunate is that so there are 3 cities that are in so in the Americas, I'll generalize it this way: you get San Francisco, you get New York, you get Mexico City, you get Rio de Janeiro, and then you get Buenos Aires. And when you play the Mexico City, the Buenos Aires, and the Rio de Janeiro levels, I think Rio de Janeiro I might be wrong on. They all have the same music, and it's like one of the few instances where they just kind of went, this is the music we're going to use for this game. Like every other city just gets their own gets their own music, but for whatever reason they decided with South America just to kind of, and Latin America for that matter, just go with like the same music. I kind of hope that somebody takes this music though and like patches it into a Mario World of ROM hack or something like that, because the music in this game is actually pretty decent overall. Like I really enjoy like these little riffs off like the Mario themed music.
Yeah.
Oh, and sorry. In this case here, you can get hold on a sec here. Can you climb I think it's climb a staircase.
Climb a staircase. Cool.
And then you will find windows.
Windows. Yay. Okay, so that may be... Okay, yeah, I think I still have another artifact from it. I don't honestly remember who won the necklace, so... I forgot to toggle the map again. Wow.
I make the mistake often. Like I kind of wish that the map would just stay as long as you like go from level to level. Like, but the input issue that I mentioned earlier kind of makes it a little bit troublesome because like if you're already playing and you're moving about and you need the map, you actually have to stop usually.
Yeah, that's definitely like it can be tricky, yeah.
But like I said, like this game doesn't share any of the code base with Mario World, so like I looked into like how this game works and like they are like using, so like on the Super Nintendo you have like a auto polling and then you have a manual poll, and like they're auto polling on this game, so like they basically went and like they just got the assets and they had to write their own implementation for reading the control inputs from the auto polling system.
Oh.
So I guess kind of like because this was, I believe, the first game that this studio had produced for the Super Nintendo. As a result, I think they were just not super familiar with it. I don't know if this exists in Mario's Time Machine, but it definitely is an issue with this game, and in Mario's Missing.
Yeah. Also, shout out to this pun. Wait, no, the pun wasn't there, but someone said Chile, like the country is like the place is like as like a reference to Chile, like cold, like so grown.
I've been to South America, but I've only been to Peru, so like my knowledge of like South America is limited to that and my work. So this one is the American version of a cowboy.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this one will be leather and stones, I think. Yeah.
Yay! I just need to find the other one that I didn't go to yet. I think I've gotten all the Koopas now, so I just need to find the last one and yeah.
The thing that I really kind of hope is that down the road that this game gets a little bit more love from speedrunners, just because it's actually a really like it's for speedrunning, it's a very technical game, despite the fact like it's a really simple game. just because of like having to know where you're on the map, ensuring like getting the button presses in a certain order. Like, it's actually worthwhile to learn, in my opinion.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it's a pretty cool speedrun.
So in this case here, the answer to this is what was the question? Sorry, it was the how many people can fit inside? I believe it's 600. And then tango dancers.
Tango dancers. All right, cool. I guess we should probably be taking a look at these wonderful drawings. Yeah.
That's a nice looking building.
Yeah.
I would love to visit Buenos Aires. I've heard lots of good things about the city.
Ooh, yeah.
I always like. Well, I kind of find it amusing in this game to go to be in the cities that I have been to, and it's like it's kind of sometimes I can see where they're coming from, and then other times I'm like, I have no idea. Because like New York is in this, and as is London, and London is just a mess of streets anyway. Like it's I kind of agree with the layout they chose, but yeah, it's really weird to play New York because New York is just this giant grid, and then you play it on here, and it's like doesn't make any sense. This one is Sydney, Australia, by the way.
Sydney, Australia. Cool. Okay, so I'm at. Yeah, this music is really nice.
It would be nice if I could like make it so like the cities are just randomized, so like you wouldn't actually ever get to know where what actually part you're supposed to be in.
Oh, oh, you mean like on this map?
Yeah, it's like I like no, actually you're not in Sydney, Australia. You're in Omsk, Russia, or something like that. I'm probably saying that city name wrong, but yeah. So what you want to do is probably just go back down to Antarctica.
Go back down to
Yeah, you just go right down to the bottom, like very bottom.
Oh, the very bottom of the map.
Yeah.
Like where you, I think you mean like where I start, like around here.
Yeah, and then just go to the right in this case here, and then you'll end up in Australia immediately.
Oh, Sydney, Australia. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Thanks.
They did remember New Zealand in this game. It's I don't know if you know the joke about New Zealand, but often in maps, New Zealand is forgotten, and fortunately, New Zealand is not forgotten in this game.
Nice. I'm glad they remembered New Zealand here.
The music to this level is kind of cute. I think it's reused elsewhere as well. But I'm drawing a blank on which other city gets this particular music.
Oh, I noticed that the guards like that tell me like the maps wouldn't tell you this is Sydney, Australia. Would they still say that if I didn't know where I was?
Yeah, no, they just have canned answers, and they don't really say much else. They just speak back at you that way, like that.
Oh, okay.
So one little cool thing about this game is there's actually a debug mode built in, and I was just thinking about as you stomped on the Koopa, you can actually turn on a feature where it indicates if the Koopa has an item. And
Oh.
so all you have to do is you plug in a second controller into your Super Nintendo, or when I'm doing some work on the randomizer, I have a key press on my keyboard that'll do it for me. What you do is you press down left, right, start, select at the start page at the title screen, and it'll pull up a menu and it'll give you a couple of options. So Bondi Beach, I'll give you the answers here, and I'll continue.
Oh, I don't know if I have what I need. No, I don't.
Okay.
Wait, let me see. No, I don't.
No, you just have the Opera House stuff. Okay. You can actually go and turn on a couple of things, but particularly is you can turn on the Koopa item indicator, and then you can also like set which castle you start at. So there's 3 castles, so you just start at 1, 2, or 3, and yeah. But there's a built-in debug, and you can just skip to the third part of the game if you want to.
Oh, that's really cool. That's there. I'm curious how long it took people. How long was that done? Like a long time ago, or figured out recently? Do you know?
I don't know the answer to that, admittedly. Like the code is quite like. I don't know when it first showed up on GameFAQs. Like, I'm gonna look that up because like that's a really interesting question. Let's see here. Like. TCRF, like if anyone's familiar, the cutting room floor, really good reference for stuff. Its first article was in 2011, and it had details about the debug menu in there. So, like at least 10 years, right?
Ah.
But I'm certain it's longer than that because if it shows up like in the first entry for Mario's Missing, then you probably get the same thing.
I'm gonna be honest, that's fine. I don't know. I haven't actually had one. I've just heard they're good.
Gyros are. I've had a gyro, but in all honesty, like I haven't had as many of those as I've had Don Airs, which are very similar, and like it's really the Don Air sauce that does it for me. Like I'm looking on GameFAQs here, and like. These are contributed by Luigi Blood. That's weird. Oh. So what's kind of interesting about some of these questions, some of these newspapers articles that come up is that they. Oh yeah. By the way, it's championships.
Championships.
Yeah, and then it's hold on. That's a good question. That is 75,000.
75,000. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a really good question. Like, when did somebody figure this out? But like, it might have been like this particular button press is like something that is common. So somebody probably just plugged in their set controller, smashed like the gamepad until they got a debug menu. It doesn't work on Mario's Time Machine. Mario's Time Machine has like a different debug menu option, it looks like.
Ooh, yeah. That's not it. Okay, so this is... Yeah, so we need the sheet music to reopen the Sydney Opera.
Yeah, and you do have that already.
Yeah.
It's supposed to resemble a sailboat.
Sailboat.
And this one trips me up all the time, but I think it's 73.
73.
Yeah.
Yay. So we're almost at the end of this. I just need to answer these questions.
Yeah. Koalas can only be found in Australia.
Australia.
And eucalyptus.
Nice.
I love this smell of eucalyptus, by the way.
So
It's such a nice smell. This one is probably one of the harder maps to actually speedrun, just because it has kind of the same problems that Nairobi has, but sort of flipped. But fortunately, in the speedrun route I usually do, I don't. I get to skip the worst of it. So this city is Mexico City.
Mexico City.
Yeah.
I think it's right here. I know you mentioned you like something about the newspaper articles.
Sorry, say that again?
The newspaper articles. I know you mentioned you like those.
So if you want to get to Mexico City, the quickest way, go left.
Go left, okay.
And then just go across, and then go up. I guess you have to hit left, and then go up twice. And there you
go. Okay, cool,
yeah.
Thanks.
No worries.
So now we're just kind of searching for, like, Koopas.
Yeah, exactly. So I think there's a mistake in Mexico City as well on one of the questions that's going to come up. But I'm drawing a blank on which one it is. It's regarding one of the art pieces you'll come across, and maybe somebody in chat might know better than me, but I do know there's one mistake with the Mexico City questions.
Ah. Thanks for the resub. Thanks for the resub, Sporadic. Yeah, there's definitely some pretty cool detail with this game, like with how all the people say different things and stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually highly appreciative of the art chosen for some of these cities. There is a little bit of stereotyping that I've noticed with some of them, but like I feel like that's probably because they wanted to go for something that was perhaps like. We're going to look at this in the 90s sense, culturally appropriate for the country or city they're trying to represent. Yeah, the Koopas with items are sort of random. They're predictable. I'm going to talk about that when we get to the randomizer part.
Okay, yeah, this is, I think, what I need to return. Yeah, we'll be going to the randomizer probably after I finish this world, so it won't be that long, I don't think.
Yeah.
If we start checking that out.
So I'll direct you through, before you get into the randomizer, how to, just so you can show what the randomizer has done. And I'll make it very clear. So this one, I believe, is going to be 16 years.
16?
Yeah, and then political.
Political.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is one of the few questions that comes up that is strictly a just has two questions. Like there's a couple of maps that have this, but in particular, Mexico City has just two questions for this particular info booth.
Ah. Oh yeah, normally there's like a set of 3 it'll pick from, but here it's always 2.
Yeah, there is actually later on in the game there's 2 cities that will have a question from the info booth. Sorry, we'll only have 2 questions, and then there's another one that'll have 1, I think. And New York is one of the cities with just no, wait, the minimum is 2. Excuse me. Sorry, they're always going to be 2 at minimum. So that's so even if you like mess up the order, you're still going to end up with those questions regardless.
Oh, huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
So with the angel, it is pink.
Pink.
Zona Rosa. And it is Revolution.
Revolution. Awesome. Now I think I just need to go up there and probably this route's the fastest. I guess you'll have to like learn the most like optimal path. There's definitely seems to be like a lot to this rhyme.
The really funny thing is like one of the items you return in this level is like basically the guidebook to the museum, and it's like, what is Koopa thinking about returning that one item? Like, how much is a guidebook to a museum worth, like an art museum?
Huh, there's apparently a $900 reward for it.
That's an expensive, like, guide to a museum. Like, it's pretty interesting.
So, let me see. Yeah, so they just have to close it until... Huh.
It's the one book they have for the whole museum.
Yeah. Alright.
So it used to be a royal palace.
Royal Palace.
And it'll be Freda Kahlo.
Okay, cool. So, and the blue pipe would be right down there.
Yeah, if you wanna, no, actually, you'll just want to go down. I was just thinking, like, what's the quickest way back? But the green pipes are not actually helpful in this case.
Oh, you may have explained this already, but they have like always lead to like the same like connection.
Yeah, exactly. So they're always gonna go in the same order.
Ah.
So this city will be Cairo? No, it's not Cairo. It's Paris.
Paris.
Pretty certain it's Paris. So we can just go back over the ocean, actually.
Oh, back over the ocean?
Yeah, and then just go straight up, and then you want to be in Europe for that one there.
Yeah, cool. I know it's... Oh, you said Paris?
Yeah, Paris.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah. Awesome.
So...
Oh, that's...
So this one is kind of a weird map because you you have a river in between, and there aren't a lot of crossings over the river for some reason, despite the fact that Paris has a lot of bridges going over the Seine. So they just kind of went, nah, all the bridges fell down. There's only 3.
Ah. I don't want to like go back. I think I want to wait and do that information booth last, just because the thing's like right there.
Yeah, actually, you can. There's a quicker way to get to it. So you're on the bottom street on the river. If you go back to the right, go to the green pipe. Actually.
Oh yeah.
That green pipe will actually exit right in front of the in front of Notre Dame.
Oh, cool. We need the Notre Dame.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look at that. That's convenient.
Oh, I have all of them now. Yay.
So
Okay.
it means Our Lady, and it's 2. Yeah, there's only 2 towers, and they fortunately did not collapse in the fire there for sure.
I keep trying to think of the answers in my head, and most of the time they end up being wrong.
That's okay. By the way, take a crack at the questions if you know them too. Like I have no problem not saying any answers if you tell me not to.
You're fine. I haven't really known any of the answers, honestly.
No, they didn't put Pontiff in the game.
Okay, so we need the tricolor. Okay, yeah, that would be this, I think.
So it was an engineer. And steel and rivets.
Steel and rivets, okay.
Now you're at the Eiffel Tower. You got the flag left. To go back, if you go back down, we can actually make use of the pipe in this case to go right to the top. So if you go to the pipe on the right, it'll actually take you right to the top.
Oh, nice. Yeah, cool. So now I can just answer. Now we can just answer this. Why is this closed? We need the eternal flame, and that gives lore about everything. Arch to be built.
So it was Napoleon, and it was built in 1830, probably 1836.
Yay! Oh, and let's look at this. I've forgotten to look at all these drawings, but hey, that's a pretty picture.
Ah.
And I want to say that we're going to be fighting a boss now.
Yeah, you're going to be fighting Lemmy? No, Iggy. You're fighting Iggy now.
Huh, it looks like... I want to see what happens if it runs into me. It doesn't look like you... It looks like you just like don't really take damage if he runs into you.
No, I don't. I honestly don't think you can get a game over in this game at all. Like, it's just... But like what I find is if you're doing it the right way. So like if you jump and then immediately turn around, like it seems to manipulate Iggy from any boss from doing this. But like their patterns are very similar. Like they sort of run erratically, but they don't. It's kind of weird.
So I think that now that we finished like I guess I'll make like a save state so that I can like return later. But I think now we'll show off like katelibc's randomizer. So I'm excited to check this out.
So let's do this first here. Let's because it's a very basic randomizer, but it allows me to talk about how specifically the RNG works. So let's reset the game, and then I want you to go to San Francisco, which is the first door on the left.
You mean in the vanilla game?
In the vanilla game, yeah. So you want to do this in the vanilla game first, because then I'll tell you what to do to beat the level.
Oh, yeah.
And then after that, we'll run the randomizer, and then I won't know anymore.
So the first level on the far left?
Yeah, so go right to the left, and then enter that door.
The far left?
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
Okay, cool.
So... same thing. We'll bring Yoshi to San Francisco.
Okay, so I want to say it's right here.
No, you want to go straight left in this case here. So we want to be and then just keep heading up until you get to Dallas. And then immediately make a left.
Awesome.
Alright, so the first Koopa you see here will have an item, so you can immediately go grab it, and it'll be the pyramid.
Did you see what happened there? I did like a really big jump.
Yeah, so there is actually a way to do a double jump in this game.
Oh.
Yeah, if you hit the button presses in a certain order, you can actually get a double jump in this game. It serves no purpose, but you can double jump in this game.
That's amazing.
So now that you have the pyramid, immediately go down 2 blocks.
Okay, 2 blocks, yeah. Oh, I probably should pull the map.
And then hit that first one there, but it's one of the Koopas on the street will have the Coit Tower.
Okay. There's just like a whole lot of Koopas right there.
Yeah. So this is the world record order that I'm going in. So there we go, perfect. And then we then want to go down 1 street and then immediately start going to the right, and then we get the foghorn.
Cool.
Did you go to the right spot? I think yes, you did. So somewhere on the street will be the foghorn. There you go.
Yeah. Okay, so
that's all of them. So you have all the items. If you want to answer the questions, you can, but that's it. So you have all the items. So we can actually, since we now know like where all these items are, we can now reset and then play the randomizer, and let's see if it actually changes the order, or changes where all the items are located.
Yeah, we'll start. Yeah, now we'll show off like the randomizer.
Yeah, but this was important. So what you want to do is go to San Francisco like we did before. And then we'll see if the items are actually affected here.
Yeah.
The funny thing is you can't double jump in this part here. It's like completely different controls for some weird reason.
Let me see if I can get this double jump here again.
I don't know what you did. I know it exists. I've just never figured it out.
Ah, I didn't get it. Okay, that didn't have one.
Yeah, so like, and of course there's a sprite running around on there too. So what the randomizer does is when the game starts up, it sets a seed value, and there's 2 values that it sets, and every time you load a level, it changes the values of the RNG. But it's not just the level, it's also the number of sprites that are loaded for each level. So in theory, you could actually play, I'm trying to remember which cities it is, but like you could play one city with the sprite order, and if another city has the same sprite order, then it'll change the RNG by the same amount. Which is, I know that there's a route that allows for this to happen. The way that this RNG the randomizer works is it just changes the initial power on seed values, and that was the first thing that I've ever did with this. And what it does at this point now is that means that like I can give somebody a seed value and generate it on the fly. They go and patch their game, and you can try and race through this game, and neither of you would actually know where the items are going to be located.
Ooh, that's really cool.
So at that point, you could like say, well, we're going to go based on this city order, and we're going to race through. But realistically, no one will have an idea. The next iteration of the randomizer that I'm working on, and it's been a slow process, but I'm getting very close, is instead of just changing the initial power on seed values, it also changes where the level, what order you play the levels in. So like the doors that you're going through just take you to other parts of the world, right? And the idea here is instead, you enter a door and you actually will have no idea which city is going to take you to. It could be New York, it could be Nairobi, it could be Mexico City, or San Francisco for that matter. You just won't know. And that's actually kind of what I'm working on right now. And the main reason why I started working on the randomizer is that when I started speedrunning this game, I discovered how the RNG works, and it only happened because I made a mistake in speedrunning this. And when I went to reset the console and enter the password for that level, I realized that the item order from my documentation was no longer valid, and so at that point I started going down this rabbit hole. Um, there was a person who wrote software for coming up with path routes in this game. Like it would just go through and determine like where the items are, and then like iterate over it to find out like what is the best possible path. But like the way it was written wasn't to my liking, because it was very like it required a lot of memory, and it required you to like play every level and then say dump the memory and then have it analyzed. So what I've been doing instead is, because I feel like that's slightly inefficient, and I also feel like the approach is potentially it wasn't quite what I wanted to, like the approach wasn't quite what I wanted to do. What I decided to do instead is figure out how this whole game works, and then build like a route generator, which then keeps going over all possible iterations of playing this game, and then spit out a possible outcome. And the randomizer was just a consequence of that, because as I was going through this, I was like, well, why don't I make a randomizer which will then teach me how this game works? And as I, learn certain aspects I want to randomize, it in turn teaches me how the how to actually figure out how the game determines where sprites go where and so forth. So that's just kind of how I ended up building this really basic randomizer. But if you wanted to race this game, you can, and you can make it so no one has an unfair advantage other than maybe knowing the map.
That's so cool how you came up with randomizer based on that.
Other things I want to do is I also want to fix the questions. Maybe make them a little bit more relevant. Perhaps make them a little less colonialist, especially with like Australia and so forth. Just kind of go through this and make it so the game is perhaps more modern in terms of the questions that are being asked of. But baby steps, of course. And this, the reason why I really love this game is for two reasons. One, it's not a terrible game. Like it's a great game to speedrun. I highly recommend that people give this a shot. It's also the main reason why I joke a lot about Yoshi. And Millie seems to be referencing the meme that I'm trying not to say on this stream, and and it concerns the species of Yoshi, and like it's also the main reason. This is actually quite important to me. Is one of the reasons why I feel like I've gotten over a mental hurdle as of recent. One of the things that I struggled with a couple of years ago, about 4 years ago now, is that I had a bit of some mental struggles, and it led to me basically suffering a really massive burnout. And because of this game and reverse engineering it and everything, I feel like I've gone over a hurdle, and as a result, like, yeah, this game is not the greatest game in the world, but let me be real with you, it's actually fun, and it actually has a lot of meaning to me now.
Oh, I'm really glad that it was helpful. I'm trying to log into my account because I know what you're referring to about the species of Yoshi, and
oh, I can just.
There's a certain
I'm just going to do that myself here.
Okay, I should be logged in. But yeah. Shout out to memes, honestly. 1 second. There we go.
That is so perfect. I'm so glad that you had that. One day I was just watching. I don't even know who I was watching, and I just had it dawn upon me that I should make this an emote, and I have zero regrets for that decision.
It's a great emote. So are the questions? So like I don't. You may have mentioned this, but are the questions randomized?
No, the questions aren't affected by the RNG. So the only way the questions are affected is whether or not you get them right. And if you consistently get them right, then they're always going to be in the same order.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh no,
Okay,
it comes
so...
from Author Blues. Author Blues is the first person I could think of that mentioned it, and he made a tweet about it like 2 years ago or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Tina Hacks got me to start saying it, and then now I say it.
That's amazing. I want to say concrete base.
It is a concrete base, yeah.
Cool. And the pyramid is located...
Not on Columbus Avenue, but apparently the game says it is.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Ooh, yeah, we can see the transatlantic pyramid. Yay.
Like, they really did take the time, but like, that's a really weird rendition of Luigi. One thing I don't know if I mentioned or not, this is actually the first game that it's Luigi that's the star of the game, despite the fact his name does not appear in the title. And despite the fact that the advertising says that this is Mario's greatest adventure yet. Despite the fact that Mario's basically imprisoned.
Oh, one thing I noticed with this game is that the enemies are not moving here, but they did in the original. They did earlier. I don't know if that's because I got all the artifacts, or if it's because of the randomizer.
I think the randomizer had broken it. I haven't noticed that before, so that's a bug, and I'm gonna have to make a note of that because I got to figure out what causes that. That's rather peculiar.
Huh? Yeah.
You wanna...
I wanna. Like...
I'm kind of curious. If you hit reset on the game and then bring it up again, does it do it? If you go back to San Francisco, like, I'm really curious if this is like, because that's really interesting to find out.
Huh? Yeah. Let's see.
Because like there are I already noticed like there's some quirks with using the randomizer, in that if it generates a value of 0 for both the high and low of the RNG, it'll cause the game to actually break altogether.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's like, it's not doing it now. It was just doing it, maybe because I got all the artifacts. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really curious about that now, and I'm gonna end up looking into this because there might be more to it than I thought.
Wait, no. It's because I was paused and viewing the city map. If I press select to view it, they still move, I think, is why that happened.
Oh, hey, I didn't know that. That's kind of cool. I didn't start.
That's what it was, okay.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
I just reloaded the ad for the game, and because somebody may have not seen this. I noticed that there's a passport for the United States, and it's Luigi's passport, and it's like, I don't think that passport photo is valid.
Okay, let me
also
see.
Whoa, interesting. This is kind of cool because I never really paid that much attention to it, but it looks like in the Super Nintendo ad they show the game's PC version.
Oh, yeah, that's what it looks like.
That ain't the Super Nintendo release.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely interesting that it does that. I don't know.
So the really funny thing is, I actually I've seen the PC version of this game played, but I've never played the NES version at all. Like, I know nothing about it.
Yeah, I haven't really played it any. I know it exists, but I haven't played it any. I'm kind of curious how it is compared to this.
Yeah, I think one of these days I might just play it on a lark. You know, like, it's just gonna be like some random time I'm streaming. I'm just gonna go and pull it up and be like, so what is the big difference between these games?
Yeah.
like I just pulled up a YouTube video out of curiosity, and there's some similarities apparently. Like the map works the same way.
Huh. Yeah, now that I've played this for a while, I'm kind of curious. I honestly haven't really played this game that much, but it's definitely been cool checking this out.
Yeah, no, I'm really glad that you've taken the time to look at this. Like, it's like I said, like if anyone's looking for a game that they either want to just chill out to, but like is not your typical Mario game, but it's still platforming, or if they want to learn something that I feel like is actually worthy of speedrunning for funsies, like yeah, totally just go and play this game.
Yeah. Okay. Oh no, I need to look at this. Hill. I think that it's that and the tower.
The Brigade.
Is it this? Or wait, you said Fire Brigade.
Yeah, the Fire Brigade.
Yeah, cool. I'm kind of remembering this from like the previous playthrough we did.
The other thing about the other releases is that there are cities that appear in the NES release, the PC release, and the Super Nintendo release that don't appear in any other release. So like, I believe like there's no Canadian city in the Super Nintendo version, but like in the NES release, Toronto or Montreal is in it, and then in the PC release, it's either Toronto or Montreal. But like, there's only one Canadian city in those two releases, whereas in the Super Nintendo version, there's only two cities or three cities, I guess, for North America, being Mexico City, New York, and San Francisco. But like, the United States is the only country that gets two cities in this game as well.
Ah. So, okay, so Golden, yeah, Marin County and
1936.
1936. You mean not 37? I think that's what I remember.
Oh, 37. Sorry.
Okay, cool. So that's that. This definitely seems like a really cool randomizer.
Yeah, and like I'm working on expanding it so like you can have the doors randomized and all that sort of thing. And I also want to make it so you can just change the questions and even change the question order. And that one is that I've already figured out how the questions are done. It's just kind of bottom priority because I really want to get the doors sorted out.
Also, hi Sport, we're looking at like katelibc's randomizer. It's really neat. I guess we'll finish this level then. I guess we'll probably be finished with this, but this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, no,
finishing this level.
I cannot say enough thank you for having me on tonight. This definitely it's nice to talk about this game and not have to play it, so it means I can actually talk about the things that I tend to not say because I'm trying to get through the game real quickly, or I'm taking it apart inside of a disassembler or whatever.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
The studio that made this game has made some interesting stuff as well. Like they did a lot of the Mavis Beacon typing games as well, or not typing games, typing software. But the really cool thing that has come out of this studio is, and I don't know if anyone is aware of it, but there's something called Miracle Piano teaching system.
Oh, I've actually heard of that.
Yeah, so like you can get a full-size keyboard, like a synthesizer keyboard, and it plugs into, I think it's I know for the NES and SNES, and I know the PC, but I think it's also on Genesis as well. And like you can learn how to play piano through this software. And I know people have actually managed to like speedrun it, which is hilarious to think about. But people have actually played through Miracle Piano.
I mainly remember that the Mexican runner did that for NES Mania.
That's right. Yeah, he was like very lucky in the sense that he what did he say? He said he was like so happy that as a kid he learned how to play the piano.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's I didn't know there were other versions, so that's really neat.
I unfortunately I am not trained in playing the piano. I played the flute when I was a kid, and I would be terrified if somebody said, "Yeah, play the entire NES library," because I know for a fact that I would have to play the Miracle Piano, and I have no interest in learning piano to actually finish one NES game.
Yeah, I mainly like play percussion like drums and stuff, but I haven't really played the piano that much. But it definitely seems like it'd be like a thing to like learn.
Yeah, no, it's there's a limit to everything, right?
Yeah.
The music to this game, I was just I'm looking up a few things here just so people just know a little bit about like some of the development behind it. This is the only Mario music that the composers ever made for this game, but it's let me see here. The music to this game actually sorry, no, you know what? No, never mind that. I'm so sorry. I thought I was reading something correctly, and I'm not. So never mind.
So I think I'll try to see if I can get these questions. Maybe I remember them from earlier, but
I mean,
we'll see how it goes. So Saint Cathedral Dome. I want to say that's that. Philippines. Oh yeah, you mentioned how this was wrong. I don't know this one.
I think give me a sec.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 107.
107, yeah. Cool. Yeah, I have all 3 artifacts now. I just need to find like the different things. Casually carrying a cathedral dome out of that pocket, don't mind me.
Listen, if you're an old anime fan, you'll be familiar with the concept of hammer space, so don't worry about it.
Alright. Let's see. Whose image? I think I don't remember. I think
Ivanovich in this case. Ivanovich.
Ivanovich. Yeah, and the Kevin is I think the biggest.
It is the biggest, yeah.
Okay, so just one more up here. Oh, I still need to get Yoshi. Which area was this? Moscow, huh? I forget where that is.
Yeah, if you keep going north, you'll get to Moscow.
Okay, cool.
And then just go straight. Keep up, but go to the right. You're almost there, and then go up again.
Okay, yeah.
There's a country that doesn't exist anymore on that map. There you go. Well, now a little bit more to the left. You're almost there, and then go right again. Just keep going right.
Oh, okay, there we go. Cool. And there's one more to do. I think it's to the right here, which is an arbitrary number of people on.
Yeah, it's like,
oh.
What use is knowing it's 108 feet? Like, first of all, Moscow uses metric, so what is that? Like, say it's 40 meters high. And then second of all, like, how is that information useful? Like, you're not going to be doing like trig to like when you arrive in Moscow, when you arrive at that, that monument or artifact, right?
Yeah. Okay, so it's said to have introduced, I think, I'm not sure.
Also, I think I'm wrong. I think it's 30 meters high, but I don't convert very well anyway. It is realism.
Okay, and
It
this
sells out.
is...
Sells out.
Sells out? Okay. And so... Yeah, now we can go to, like, the blue pipe, and I think now that we finish this level, I think we'll probably be wrapping up. But that was a lot of fun. Thanks so much, katelibc, for being on. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, me too. I really appreciate being on with you today. It was really cool of you to ask me.
Oh yeah, it was so much fun. I'm glad I got to experience this, and I appreciate like your help with finding out things and everything. And so I'm gonna find like, let me see who's. I'm gonna look through streams and try to find someone to host. Let me see. I have one idea, but I'm checking if there's how they're doing. Ooh, huh? Yeah, I think we'll host Frozen Flygon. She's playing Celeste, and that'll be a lot of fun. And I guess as far as announcements go, I guess just that Fuzzy Logic is coming up in about a month from now, and that'll be a lot of fun. I think it's starting the 4th, I want to say. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that event. I definitely love what y'all put on, and I'm super excited for the content that that's been that the theme is of that particular event.
Yeah, it's basically just a marathon where like we just do like hour-long segments of just basically a lot of different things. Like there's gonna be like I think like there's gonna be something where I'm trying. Like we do like just a showcase of like a random game that's chosen out like slightly beforehand, so that's things like that. So that'll be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree. I'm super looking forward to it.
Yeah, and so I think we'll. So thanks everyone so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you again.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.